to be reunited with her family and promised king, which became true. It was destined the Lost Queen will reunite with the Guardians, which has happened. Now the Lost Queen and the Lost Princess will be reunited with dark force that separate the Lost Queen from her king. Now the Lost Queen will have to choose who will be the king to her heart. Either the destined king, Jack Frost, or the mortal man, Tadashi Hamada. This is where the heart wants what the heart. The heart of the Lost Queen must choose who must tame her heart with love. Tadashi Hamada and Mary Jane aka Queen Elsa are now home after their late night sleigh ride with the original Guardians. The Lost Princess, Lumi, is tucked into bed where Mary Jane and Tadashi are finally talking about everything that has happened recently. Tadashi, Mary Jane, the Guardians are the group of people who raised you after the accident between you and your sister, Anna, right? Mary Jane, yes, Tadashi. They raised me for 10 years and helped me control my power to be ready for my fate as the queen of an empire. The Guardians are the only family I had because I don't remember much of my parents. I never saw them again since they sent me away and I couldn't see them before they died. Tadashi, my love, I'm sorry to hear that. I know what you mean. Hiro didn't get a chance to remember my parents. He was too little to remember our parents' faces and I'm the only one who remembers their face in times we spent together. Mary Jane, I know that exact feeling. Well, enough about the sadness, now we have to focus on something important. Do you still want to marry me? I have to know because I'm immortal, I won't age and I won't die. Tadashi, I still want to marry you, Mary Jane. I'm still in love with you and your immortality won't change my love for you. I still want to see you in your wedding kimono and I still want to proclaim my love for you in front of our friends and family. Mary Jane, Tadashi, I would love to marry you in a sacred ceremony with family and friends watching us. The wedding is back on schedule, my love. Should we tell Lumi the good news? Tadashi Hamada, yes, we should tell her, but in the morning. It's late and we both have to go to sleep. Come on, let's go to bed. 5 months have passed by and the time was nearing for Mary Jane and Tadashi's wedding. At the same time, Hiro has already graduated from high school and hasn't been productive. Tadashi and Anka are worried about him as Mary Jane was handling co-parenting with Jack Frost. Mary Jane and Tadashi have been finalizing details of the wedding and after enrollment for their last year in university. Their wedding will take place in a month and they are both waiting for their day to arrive. Now the young couple are in Ka's shop where they are both practicing the ceremony and preparing their vows in Japanese. Mary Jane and Tadashi were in the living room practicing the ceremony with a Shinto priest. He guided the young couple to know when to bow and to understand the teaching. Mary Jane and Tadashi were in the living room practicing the ceremony with a Shinto priest. He guided the young couple to know when to bow and to understand the teachings he will be telling them in Japanese. While rehearsing, Tadashi kept thinking about Hiro leaving the house so suddenly to go to the arcade. He wondered why so suddenly he went to the arcade when he barely likes socializing with people. After their rehearsal, Tadashi went to the bedroom and saw an email which explained Hiro going to a bar fight. Got in trouble with the police. He ran past Mary Jane where he quickly explained he had to go get Hiro and dashed to his scooter. Confused, Mary Jane went to the living room to properly depart the priest and prepare dinner for the family. While she was making dinner, Jack Frost came to the kitchen window with Lumi. Mary Jane asked them to enter through the back door and told Lumi to do her homework until dinner is ready. Jack watched Lumi obey to her mother and watched the mother of his child be motherly. Mary Jane, Jack, Are you hungry? I can make you something to eat or you can join us for dinner. Would you like to stay with Lumi for dinner? Jack Frost, no, I shouldn't stay. I hate the man you are marrying and I hate him for taking away my child away from me. It's your family and you should be having dinner with them instead of me and the guardians. Mary Jane, what is that supposed to mean? You think my fiancé and his family is my only family? Jack, the guardians are my family as well. Don't forget they raised me since I was a little girl until I had to become queen. What is your problem? I know you are angry with me, so tell me what is bothering you. Jack Frost, I don't want you to marry Tadashi. I want you to come home with me and the guardians where you belong. You and our daughter don't belong with the mortals, you belong with the guardians. Do you really want to marry a mortal? Mary Jane, it's none of your business about the choices I make with my life. I am certain I want to Tadashi and I know I will be happy with him. If you really don't want to stay with for dinner then please leave and I will be tomorrow afternoon for you to pick up Lumi. Jack Frost, fine. Good night, Queen Elsa. Jack Frost left the house feeling jealous and angry towards Mary Jane aka Queen Elsa. He still believes Mary Jane shouldn't be wasting her time marrying a mortal who will eventually die of old age. Mary Jane can only sigh from the heated argument and made her worry about outliving Tadashi. She stopped thinking about it and continued to make dinner after Hancock closed the shop early. Mary Jane asked Ka why she was closing the shop early and she explained Tadashi and Hiro are arrested and being held in a police station so she has to pick them up. Mary Jane promised to have dinner ready for them and she waited for the Hamada family to come home. As she was waiting, she cleaned the shop's floor and the table so Ka wouldn't have to worry about it anymore. As she was cleaning the floor, she saw shadows moving unusual and she wondered if Pitch Black was on the loose again. Shadows were moving unusually which made themselves become a figure of a man and the man walked towards Mary Jane. Mary Jane panicked as the walking man turned off the lights and paralyzed her whole body so she couldn't run away. The shadow walked towards Mary Jane then caressed her face and looked deep into her eyes. It circled her and began to hug her close to her body which gave shivers down her spine. Soon the shadow began to speak and couldn't believe her ears when she heard his voice. Mary Jane, no. It can't be. I ruined you and had you locked into the Arctic Circle. How can you be free, Pitch Black? Pitch Black, I will live when there is darkness and light. Two souls belong to each other and will fight for each other to stay together for eternity. My wife, you are still beautiful despite the centuries you spent sleeping to protect our child. Tell me, how is the lost princess? Is she showing any signs of magic? Mary Jane, my daughter doesn't have your blood or any part of you. How did you escape from your prison? Why are you here? Pitch Black, I am only here to check on my woman and child and soon we will be reunited as a family. The time is coming for the lost princess and I believe in for us to be a family to dominate the world. Mary Jane, that will never happen, Pitch. As long as you remain trapped in that cold cell, you are not a friend to me and my daughter. You will always be locked away and never be close to me or my daughter. Pitch Black cackled and disappeared into the shadows which released Mary Jane from the paralysis. She immediately collapsed into the floor and felt the anxiety being built up into her chest. She worried over the safety of Lumi and immediately wrote a message on a snowflake and sent it towards the North Pole. Hoping North will receive it soon to prevent any possibility of the Nightmare King escaping. Luckily Tadashi, Hiro, and Ka returned home in an hour which resulted in an argument with the Hamada family. Mary Jane, Tadashi, Hiro. Are you both okay? Are you hurt in any way? Hiro Hamada, we're fine. We didn't get hurt other than being locked in a crowded cell. You can go home and come back tomorrow. Good night. Tadashi Hamada, Hiro. Come back. Sorry about that, my love, he's just being Hiro. Sorry for making you wait for dinner. Mary Jane, Tadashi, what happened? I thought you were only picking up Hiro from the arcade. Did something happen in the arcade? Tadashi Hamada, Hiro wasn't at the arcade. I discovered that he was in a bot fight, which is illegal, so I went after him to keep him out of trouble. As I got him out of a possible fist fight, the police came and had everyone arrested. And you had me worried and you made Mary Jane worried sick. Tadashi. Don't forget she will be your wife in a few weeks and you can't be getting in trouble. I think I will have dinner in the living room so I don't eat all my inventory. I'm disappointed in you boys. Mary Jane, I think I should be heading home. You and your brother need to talk things out and Lumi needs to be going to bed soon. I will see you tomorrow morning for breakfast here. Good night, Tadashi. Tadashi Hamada, wait, Mary Jane. I've been thinking maybe it's time for us to move in together since we are now weeks away from the wedding. Maybe we should start living together in your apartment since it's big enough for the three of us. Mary Jane, Tadashi, I would love that, but I'm worried about that. Hiro may need you right now. Since he has graduated from high school, he hasn't tried applying for a college and I think he needs you to guide him. He needs you more than ever since he doesn't know what to do with that huge brain. Tadashi Hamada, Mary, you're going to be my wife soon and I will be your husband. We should be living together at some point before we get married. Mary Jane, Tadashi, I'm only worried about Hiro and Lumi not ready for a new permanent change. You know, since you and your brother have always been together, and the same goes with my daughter and I. Tadashi Hamada, how about I talk about this with Hiro and you can talk about it with Lumi so we can both know they're okay with a new change. Mary Jane, yes, that feels more reassuring. I better get Lumi so she can get to bed soon. Good night, love, I love you. Mary Jane and Lumi left Aunt Ka's shop and went home together. Meanwhile, Tadashi wanted to speak with his little brother about his future in education and about his wedding. He wanted to be sure that Hiro is okay with the new changes and wants to be sure his brother is okay. Tadashi went into his room and saw Hiro was looking for another bot fight online on his computer. He closed the computer and turned Hiro's chair towards him. The brothers looked at each other, where the eldest looked at him with disappointment and anger. The youngest brother looked at his older brother with ignorance and not having a care about his actions. Tadashi Hamada, Hiro, you can't be going to any more bot fights. This is the last time I cover you to go to bot fight. I don't want to be bothering Aunt Ka by getting into trouble and getting Mary worried about you. Hiro. Tadashi, why does Mary Jane worry about me? She's marrying you and I'm only an in-law towards her. Tadashi Hamada, believe it or not, but she does worry about you and cares about you. Especially she knows how close we are to each other since Mom and Dad died when you were little. She thinks you are not ready for a new permanent change when I'm moving out and marrying her. Hiro Hamada, well, I'm okay with you moving out and getting married. Neither of you guys have to be worried so much about me. Just do what you got to do. Tadashi, it's not just about the new changes. She's worried about your future and would like to see you be in college and using that big brain of yours. Have you thought about applying to my school, especially with the upcoming expo in a few weeks? Tadashi Hamada, you know, I'm taking you to my school right now. Come on Hiro, I'm taking you to my university. Hiro Hamada, fine. It's a waste time though. I'm not going to change my mind that easily. Tadashi Hamada, we'll see about that little brother. Let's go before the campus closes for the day. The following night, Tadashi and Hiro Hamada went to Tadashi's university so Hiro can realize he has so much potential that shouldn't be wasted on bot fighting and doing nothing. Hiro had no motivation or determination to try to apply for any university with the talent of being a genius and the biggest genius in engineering and robotics. On Tadashi's motorbike, they went to the university where Tadashi wanted to take him to the university's lab where it can inspire him to pursue something his little brother loves and can enjoy for himself. He hoped he can pursue his brother. Tadashi went to his desk to find some way to inflict pain on his brother to activate his project, so he found duct tape and placed a strip of duct tape on Hiro's arm, which he thought was pointless. Quickly Tadashi pulled the strip of duct tape off Hiro's arm and Hiro's cry of pain activated Tadashi's project. A red box sitting on the floor of Tadashi's office beeped and opened itself, where a white figure blew itself up with air and stepped out of the red box. Hiro was stunned to see the walking figure and wondered what it is. The only thing Hiro knew about Tadashi's project is that it's meant to be helping people after he has been helping his fiancée to try to remember her past. Now Tadashi's determination to help people created a new way for people to get help through an invention created from love. Baymax, hello. I am Baymax, your personal health care provider. I was activated when you set out. Tadashi Hamada, this is my project. Baymax is designed to help people medically. That's why I put the duct tape on your arm. Hiro Hamada, that's cool, but one question. Why does he look like a walking marshmallow? Tadashi Hamada, I was going for a harmless look and cute look. Baymax, I will scan you now. You seem to have redness on your right forearm. This spray will soothe the redness on your arm. Please stand still. Tadashi Hamada, impressive, don't you think? Hiro Hamada, not that impressive. Can Baymax know more information on a person's health other than injuries or illnesses? Baymax, yes. I learn about everything of a patient's health from blood type to personal health traits such as allegories and more. Hiro Hamada, then how do you know I'm not allergic to the chemical used in the spray because I am allegoric to the spray? Baymax, you are not allergic to the medicine in the spray, but you do have a slight allergy to peanuts. Baymax sprays Hiro's arm and it soothes the redness and pain from the pulled duct tape. Baymax, you have been a good boy. Have a lollipop. Tadashi Hamada, Baymax is built with a very advanced and skinny inner skeleton and inflates when he is activated. He also has a good battery, can keep him running for a good couple of hours. Hiro Hamada, how can Baymax be deactivated? Is it a button or voice command? Baymax, I can be deactivated when you say I am satisfied with my care. Hiro Hamada, then I am satisfied with my care. Tadashi Hamada, see if you come here, you can build your own inventions. Don't you want to do that? A man named Robert Callahan came inside Tadashi's lab. He introduced himself to Hiro and learned he is a certified genius and is looking for a university to enroll. Callahan explains to Hiro about the annual San Francisco University of Technology Expo, where students will display their inventions and the winner is guaranteed enrollment and companies more here than possible investor for their invention. The news excited Hiro Hiro so much that he began to think of ideas for his invention. Hiro Hamada has been designing and brainstorming for ideas, but he had no idea what to do. He felt any idea he came up was not good enough, or it has already been accomplished. Days has passed and the expo was coming up, which made Hiro worry more about his idea to present at the expo. Tadashi knew Hiro will figure something out, since his brother is not the type of person who will give up easily. In the meantime, Tadashi and his bride have finalized the last details of the wedding, which will be the day after the expo. The bride and groom had their wedding attires ready, and all they had to do was wait for the wedding day to arrive. A wedding day and an important expo approaching. The original Guardians have been given a new title by Man and Moon, who made North, Bunnyman, the Sandman, and Tooth to be the elders of the Guardians. With this new position, they must still guide the new Guardians, and now have the greater responsibility to find mortals to have the fate to be a Guardian. With the greater power, they have been given power that is almost powerful as Man and Moon and the Nightmare King. In the meantime, Jack Frost has not been coping well with Queen Elsa, aka Mary Jane Snow, upcoming wedding. He still believes Queen Elsa and himself belong together, and they must reunite for Lumi's sake. While he is depressing himself over his only love getting married, he has getting himself involved with Tooth and has been drinking her magical wine. In Panjam Hailu, Jack Frost has finished spending some quality time with Queen Diana. They are both having dinner together and drinking Tooth's magical wine. Her wine is special because it can temporarily make you relieve forgotten and happiest memories after getting intoxicated. Tooth always drank her wine responsibly, but she worried Jack Frost is harming himself by wanting to forget the love he has for his queen. She knew she had to speak with Queen Elsa to discuss the issue with her, since she can probably help him. In the meantime, she only watched over him and interfered when he was drinking too much. Queen Diana, Jack, I have to cut you off from the wine. You have been drinking too much recently, and I can't permit you to drink anymore. Please drink this tea so he can sleep off the drunken state of mind you have. Jack Frost, no. I am fine. I am only drinking to remember when things were easier between the cold-hearted Queen Elsa and I. If only I can get rid of Tadashi Hamada and make her forget about him, then things can go back to normal. Queen Diana, Jack Frost. Don't you dare say such a crime. Don't you dare insult my daughter. That's it. You and I are done. You are forbidden to enter my palace. I'm sending you to North, where he will clean you out. With her hands, she made a swarm of fairies to surround Jack Frost, which made them transport Jack Frost to the North Pole. In the meantime, the Queen Diana, she should have stopped Jack Frost months ago, but she was afraid of severing her relationship with Queen Elsa. Now she had to go to Queen Elsa and tell her what's happening to Jack Frost. The next day, the Hamada family had their normal routine, with Aunt Ka opening the cafe, Hiro still brainstorming, and Tadashi going to Mary Jane's house to have a family breakfast with them. After Tadashi and Mary Jane have taken Lumi to school and on their way walking home to finish their breakfast together, Queen Diana arrived. The fairies knocked on her living room window, where Mary Jane opened the window and Queen Diana flew into the room. Two queens stood in the room, and Tadashi didn't know if he had to bow towards Diana, so he kneeled before her, which made Diana laugh. Queen Diana, rise, Tadashi. You don't need to kneel before me. Please stand. I need to speak with both of you about Jack Frost. Mary Jane, what did Jack Frost do this time? Did he freeze Bunnymunda's Easter eggs again? Queen Diana, no, he didn't do anything like that. Jack hasn't been taking the new changes easily, which concerns me because he has been drinking my magical wine too much and having a sexual relationship with me. Tadashi Hamada, why is your wine so different from a regular bottle of wine in a market? Queen Tooth-Iana, my wine contains my speciality of magic, which is memories. If you drunken yourself with my wine, it can make relieve the forgotten and happiest memories, but if taken too frequently, it can slowly start making you forget about your life. Mary Jane, how did you allow this to happen to him? Why will you make a drink that dangerous? Why, Tooth-Iana? Queen Tooth-Iana, I used the wine centuries ago to help the elderly remember their life before they passed away. I stopped using it because of its side effects and had it locked away in my vaults centuries ago. Tadashi Hamada, so you couldn't use that wine to make Mary Jane remember her past because she will forget everything even as she remembered her memories. Queen Tooth-Iana, no. If I did, she will remember for a while, but later on she will forget everything again. It will be a repeating cycle of dementia where sooner or later she won't be able to remember. Mary Jane, then explain your relationship with Jack Frost. What do you mean you both had a sexual relationship? Queen Tooth-Iana, Jack and I would be involved physically in my bedroom at my palace. He would be with me, so he would try to forget his love for you. This isn't the first time, because the first time happened when you were halfway through the sleeping curse. After that one time, I told him it can never happen again, and it happened again after you two became engaged. I'm sorry for what I did. I'm sorry for breaking your trust, Elsa. Mary Jane, it's okay, Tooth. There was so many obstacles back then and there still is now. So what do you want me to do for Jack? Queen Tooth-Iana, with new changes by orders of Man and Moon, North, Bunny, Sandy, and I have become the elders of the Guardians, which grants us more power. Now I can temporarily make Jack Frost mortal and powerless until he can control himself as punishment for neglecting his duties as a guardian. Mary Jane, if you can do that, what do you want from me? Tadashi Hamada, do you want us to keep him here in Mary Jane's house so she can keep an eye on him? Is that what you are asking of her? Queen Tooth-Iana, yes, that's exactly what I want you two to do together. I know you created a robot to help people, and I'm hoping your creation can help him get treatment for his mental health. I need you, Queen Elsa, to watch over him because he can't ruin himself. Shouldn't he remember her father as an addict or know her father as a bad person? Will you two watch over him? Mary Jane, yes, we will watch over him. When do you plan on making him mortal and powerless? Queen Tooth-Iana, tonight when he comes to drop off Lumi home, I will be here and give him his temporary punishment. In the meantime, while I wait, I would like to know how are the wedding plans going? Tadashi Hamada, they're going well. Everything is finalized and in 2 weeks, we will be married. Oh Mary, do you have an invitation for the Queen to come to the wedding? Queen Tooth-Iana, Tadashi, you don't have to call me Queen or any royal formal addressing. While I'm with my friends, they call me Tooth. So you may call me Tooth since we will become family when you marry my daughter. Tadashi Hamada, so Tooth, you approve of me to marry Elsa? I thought you only wanted her to be with Jack Frost because they will both be immortal together. Queen Tooth-Iana, I only want Elsa, well Mary Jane, to be happy, and I will always support her with her choices. I only want to see her be happy along with my goddaughter. Mary Jane, I have a wedding invitation for you, Tooth and the others including Jack. Except I don't have an invitation for Rapunzel since I don't want her at my wedding. Don't tell her that. Tadashi Hamada, Who's Rapunzel? Why haven't I heard of her, my love? Queen Tithiana, well, there's bad history between them since they learned they are cousins from their mother's side and Jack Frost cheated on Elsa with her cousin. Mary Jane, Tooth. Stop it. I don't want to talk about that anymore. I am not inviting Rapunzel to my wedding and that's final. If she finds out she's not invited then she'll know why. Tadashi Hamada, why does the past bother you so much? Can't you let things go since it happened over 600 years ago? Mary Jane, I am not going to forgive my only known family member after she broke my trust and made me look like a fool in front of the world. I don't plan on fixing things between us. She's no longer my family. Queen Tithiana, how about I make us some tea from the lotus flower of Panjam Hailu? And maybe I can help you both practice the wedding ceremony with my special tea. Tadashi Hamada, yes, let's do that. I will go get a tea set prepared. Do you have the lotus flower for me to cook, Tooth? Queen Tithiana, yes, in this pouch. Just boil water and leave the flowers in hot water in the teapot. Tadashi left the two queens alone in the living room while he went into the kitchen to make tea for all of them and to have something to practice with the wedding ceremony. While he was boiling water for the tea and looking a pretty tea set with some snacks, he began to wonder about something. He wondered if Mary Jane still had feelings for Jack Frost since she is still bothered by her cousin and immediately accepted to help him during his punishment. He wondered if there is a chance she can still have feelings for him and might be hesitant to get married. So he made the tea and allowed the queens to talk and catch up with each other. Soon he joined them with the prepared tea and they all began to practice the wedding ceremony. They practiced for a while, then began to discuss about the new changes made in the Guardians. Soon it was nightfall and Jack Frost came with Lumi. Jack Frost and Lumi entered the house and Lumi was excited to Queen Tithiana while Jack Frost was puzzled to see Tithiana outside the palace lately and after what happened the other day. Tithiana gave a hug and kisses to her goddaughter and has asked her to go to her bedroom and wait until dinner is ready so she can speak with Jack Frost. She willing obeyed to Tithiana and went into her room to change into another set of clothes. After the child left, Queen Tithiana immediately created a barrier where she can't hear them and see what's happening. Mary Jane and Tadashi stood up as Queen Tithiana commanded Jack Frost to kneel before her and to not look at her. Jack doesn't know what's going on, so he listened to her and didn't question her command. Queen Tithiana, Jack Frost, you stand before the elder of the Guardians, Queen Tithiana of Panjam Hailu, for having an addiction to alcohol, especially with my forbidden magical wine. Do you deny this, Jack Frost? Jack Frost, the wine at your palace? That's just wine and that's being alcoholic if I don't get drunk from it. What's the big deal about it? Mary Jane, Jack, the wine was used to heal the elderly with Alzheimer's, which didn't work at all because they will forget everything when it meant to regain memories. Jack Frost, that's a lie. Maybe it's just wine that doesn't do that and it only Alzheimer's disease. Queen Tithiana, Jack, tell me, what did you today? Tell me everything from my morning to now. Jack Frost, I don't remember. All I know is I picked up Lumi from school, then went somewhere and we ate something and I brought her here. Queen Tithiana, you see, Jack, the effects of my wine has started and I know you your own safety and for your daughter's safety, you will suspended from the order of your guardians until you receive the medical attention that you need. You're suspended from your powers and you will live as a mortal until your suspension is lifted. I hereby decree you, Jack Frost, to live as a mortal until you clean up your act by my order. Queen Tuthiana placed her hands on Jack Frost's face, then said a curse in an old dialect and stripped away Jack's power, which is his immortality. As his power was being stripped away from him, it felt a piece of his life was being forcefully taken away from him. He felt exhausted from his powers being taken away, that forced him to lose conscious, and he collapsed on the living room floor. She placed a mark on his forehead which will show how he is suspended. Tuthiana looked at Mary Jane and Tadashi and told them to keep their word to help Jack Frost, and helped them get Jack Frost to sleep on the couch bed, then left the Hamada family. On that night, Mary Jane and Tadashi went to bed where they were excited about the wedding approaching in less than 2 weeks, but now they have to have help Jack Frost for Ruby's sake. Until Jack Frost is no longer an addict, forced to live as a mortal until he cleans up his act for himself and his daughter.